It's the fact that, you have a cook at your home and he's doing a very good cooking. The food is tasty, healthy, nutritious, and you said one of the mornings, I'm going to change the cook just because you don't like him. The issue is if somebody is performing a good job, that is what motivates. If somebody is performing a good job, be it the president or be it any other person, then why should we change? It's not happening in the developed world. In the developed world, if you see places, most of the European countries, Rasmussen of Denmark has been there for 3 terms. Angela Merkel of Germany has been there for...
They have a different political system.
I'm just telling you, it's not an issue of changing the personnel, it's the issue of delivering the goods. If the goods are delivered, then why should we change? We took a leaf from the mistake. To some of us, we saw that the mistake in the Kenyan system, in that President Kibaki did us a very good job. He delivered goodies for the 10 years he was there, the 2 terms. All of a sudden, the constitution capped him and he could not continue. Some of us are of the opinion that if this guy could have been given 5 or 2 more terms or 1 term again, maybe we could have gone another level. This is what motivated us to come and talk. That is the issue, the personnel, the time, the person deserves, all those issues. That's what I said today. In the corporate world, for example, like we talked of the cooperative bank. The CEO has been there for a very long time with big bonuses. Why? Because he's performing. Equity Bank has been there for a very long time. Why? Because he's performing. Although this is a political scenario and a state, but the essence is delivery of the performance of the person. So we said if the person is performing, do we need to change? So it has nothing to do with the current president, the government, all those things. It's an issue of the Kenyan people.
How do you flip it if you have a bad person? So if you're talking about the great person, how do you flip a bad person?
We remove him through the ballot.
Okay.
Yes,
let's bring in Dr. Lil in here. Just help me understand from where you sit. Is this correct? Where's the fallacy in this argument?
Thank you so much, James, and good evening, viewers again. I want to empathize with the position of my colleague, Member of Parliament, especially given that he's running his first term in Parliament. When you go to Parliament, you represent the interests of your people. First, you are elected either as independent or on a ticket of a given party. And at any one given time when you're working, especially when you're elected on a given platform of a party, it is always good to consult with the party position. What are your seniors saying? What are the colleagues saying? Of course, you also have your freedom of expression under Article 33 of the Constitution. And all this put together, first allow me to laud my colleague for coming up with a rather sensitive issue that has given him publicity. And for a politician, publicity is publicity. At least for one, people know that there is a constituency called Fafi, and people also are Googling to find out who he is. So he's done a lot of publicity for himself, though for the purposes of his boss, who is doing green energy negotiations in COP27, when he sees what his generals are doing back at home, and people are barely from elections, I think he's done himself more bad than good. And he can be sure that when the good doctor comes back from Egypt, I think he's going to be deweaved from some of these even committees, because people are barely from an election. You cannot start another political conversation.
His job, and as a politician, he has several roles. So representation and part of this is...
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
but what I'm saying, it's not gagging. I've started by lauding him and saying he's given himself very cheap publicity. Literally, he's emotionally intelligent. But it's at the wrong time, because we don't want that conversation now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not now. This is not the time to have such a conversation. And I'm afraid his party has distanced itself from it.
Okay, but he has freedom of expression. But the party is here, and part of the the whipping and the bosses are here.
Yeah.
Let's